What could she have seen that would lead to a government cover-up? It's all a bit weird, and it just gets weirder from here. Hey guys, welcome back to the Drip podcast. So, as you may have noticed, this is a Thursday. What's going on? That's because we're doing 2 episodes a week. Yeah, boy. In this episode, on the Thursday episode, me and Lozzie are going to look into the paranormal world, weird things that's going on. And today, I thought we would delve into something that interests me deeply. I did a video on it. I did a short on it. It did rather well, to be honest. The woman, or as it's been titled, the Karen on the plane.
Yes.
Yeah, the reptile one.
Yes.
Which apparently at no point did she actually mention reptiles. I will just point that out, as it was pointed out in the comments a lot. She never even mentioned it. It's like, listen, she said some things, and other people that were interviewed on the plane apparently said that she said that they were reptiles. I don't know. Apparently the guy she was sat next to was a reptilian overlord, right? We don't know. But I'll tell you one thing. Where's she gone?
That's it.
Where has this woman gone? And that's what I want to look into today. It's what we're going to deep dive into today. We've got up a few things. So first of all, let's discuss what happened, okay? So basically, I'm guessing you've seen it, Loz.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's footage released of a woman freaking out on a plane, and she's, saying, I'm not staying on this plane. She does a proper, final destination. I'm getting off. And it's like, why? And it's like, because this man at the back of the plane who she sat next to isn't real. What did you say? Like, this mother effer isn't real.
Yeah.
And you can stay here and die with them, or something like that. There was, conspiracies, theories that she was drunk, or she was on drugs, or she was mistaken. So, lots of different theories were circulating. Or was she telling the truth? And the weird thing was, there was radio silence on her for ages. And then she just kind of popped up, but she hasn't really popped up since. And what has popped up, a lot of people are like, that's not her. That isn't her. And so today we're going to read a little article about what she's been up to, allegedly, if she's been up to anything, because some people think that she might have been, done away with by our reptilian overlords. And we're going to look at her Instagram, because her name is Tiffany Gomez, right? And it doesn't add up. And then there's a website, tiffanygomez.com, that she's launched, as allegedly, that is just literally her YouTube video just saying what happened. But it just doesn't look right. The Instagram doesn't look right. The photos don't match. Something's so off, mate. It stinks.
It reeks.
Oh, hang on. Fuck's sake. I just accidentally opened up accidentally hit the fucking mail button.
Oof.
It stinks. It does smell bad. So let's take a look at The Root, who have done a little article at the tail end of August, beginning of September. Okay, it's Airplane Karen. That's such an unfortunate title to be given. Airplane Karen still can't tell us what MF was not real. Okay, so Tiffany Gomez, who went viral for a meltdown on a plane, was asked outside of LAX what she was shouting about. Now, I do just want to say, that does look like her. This is apparently... Now, this couldn't have been straight after, could it? What are TMZ doing there before it's even gone out? Or was it posted when she was on the plane? I know the plane didn't take off. But look, it does say here, TMZ approached her after getting off a seemingly unproblematic plane ride to LAX. Oh, maybe it's just another plane ride a few days later. Yeah. I do think it's weird, though, and I know that you can have, different pieces of clothing with different colors, or same pieces of clothing with different colors. If this is a few days later or whatever, why is she like so similarly dressed to what she was doing before, but this is brown instead of black that was she was wearing on the plane. I'm going to
Yeah.
go deep on the theories here, but it's just it's just a bit like if you want to convince everyone that she's still alive, when you do an interview, you make her literally wear pretty much exactly what she was wearing. Unless
Yeah.
that's just her style. It could just be her style. But anyway,
Will be.
yeah, Tiffany Gomez, also known as Crazy Aeroplane Lady, was approached by TMZ after getting off a seemingly unproblematic plane ride to LAX, where she originally had her viral meltdown. Gomez told TMZ it felt good to be traveling again, but explained she had a little bit of anxiety in between nervous chuckles. When asked the $1 million question, what did you see? Her response offered no further clarification. Thanks for asking that, but I have been told I cannot comment on that right now. Sorry.
Okay.
Um,
You
why
can't
can't you
comment.
comment on that?
Yeah. Why? What
The
we
Men
need
in
to
Black, mate. The Men in Black have got
yeah,
to. I'm telling you.
just need to do the old fucking flashlight thing.
Yeah,
Bang.
nebulizer.
That's it.
That's a bit fucking weird. Unless she's might be getting sued by the airline. Gomez responded, in translation, her attorney may have told her to keep hush on the topic. I was distressed. I was getting off the plane no matter what. I just probably didn't need to make the scene that I made, but I was getting off that plane for sure. Okay. Gomez said she's been trying to lay low, but she believes a full fledged interview is going to have to happen sometime in the future. In the meantime, she mentioned working on non-profit or charity initiatives. For all we know, she could have witnessed one of those non human biologics the government have been talking about. Could be. It's just getting strange. Who is she? Who is this woman? The Karen, who went viral in July for having a bizarre aeroplane meltdown where she professed, that motherfucker back there is not real, has been identified. Tiffany Gomez of Dallas was eventually escorted off the plane, which led to hours of delays for others, according to new police documents. Before she exited the plane, Gomez told her fellow passengers, you can sit on this plane and you can fucking die with them or not. I'm not going to. If you've seen the video, you'd understand how accurate that is.
I mean, you don't need to. That
That's
was
it.
perfectly reenacted. That's almost like I was watching it.
That's it. The documents state the female then started claiming the aircraft was not safe and did not want the aircraft to leave due to her believing it would not make it to its destination. Due to the statement, the flight attendants felt the aircraft needed to be rescreened. The airline manager explained that the passenger was denied boarding and they wanted her escorted to a public side. In other words, TSA was forced to conduct a full screening of the aircraft due to the nature of Gomez's claims. So maybe she's being sued for that, like the cost of that.
Maybe.
Rescreening caused passengers on flight 1009 from Fort Worth to Orlando to be hours late to their destination. Gomez is a marketing executive who is the former vice president of Elevate Brand Marketing. She is also a graduate of Oklahoma State University. So, yeah, it's I don't know. It's just it's all a bit weird, and it just gets weirder from here because when you see like the video that she puts out and you see like her Instagram and stuff, the dots are not connecting for me. You
Yeah.
know, it's just not connecting for me. But this was massive, man. This was huge. Like the amount of traction that this got was absolutely insane. I did a reaction to it that went crazy. I then did a follow-up video to it that did really well. Like people were really interested in this woman. And then just like it said, like for months, she was or like for at least a month, there was just radio silence. It was like, where has this woman gone? Now, you can obviously kind of you can understand maybe, she was embarrassed because it did go so viral that um that she was probably getting a bit of abuse, a bit of heckling, things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking at her Instagram now, mate. I'm telling you now, not only is this not the same person, in my opinion, I don't even think all of the I don't even think all of the pictures are consistent with each other.
Well,
Like, this is so
I
strange.
I think there are a couple that I've seen that do look like her, but then there are others that I don't think look like her.
I genuinely don't believe any of these images look like that woman at
On
all.
her on
And
her
then
Inst
on the Tiffany on the last article I just showed you, and the woman on the plane, they and then you look at this Instagram, they do not look the same at all, in my opinion. I mean,
uh,
109,000 followers, which obviously could be from either previously or from, all the traffic that was coming from the virality of what she was doing. But the thing is, with the airplane, but to be verified and stuff, you just look. So the one in the middle there, the picture in the video in the middle,
this
that's
one.
apparently her response, and
I
it
think that
doesn't
does
look like her,
I think it does look like her,
does it?
but then this one next to it, I don't think does look like her.
None
Literally
of
the one
them.
to the left.
None of these match. None of these. So it's all just a bit weird. It's all just a bit strange. And then if you scroll up, right, and then you go to tiffanygomez.com, like I understand maybe you want to get your message out there, and explain what has happened. But to set up a website to just have this one thing, it doesn't seem
Mm.
human to me. And I'm not saying like it's reptiles and stuff, but it doesn't seem normal, right? And it's all very fucking sus. This to me has like government cover up written all over it. So then you have to
Mm.
ask the question why, right? And obviously there was theories and stuff, and I'm going to sound insane here because I don't. There was obviously theories and stuff about, she saw a shape shifting, shape shifting reptile humanoid, which I know sounds fucking insane as I'm speaking it out loud. But she had to have seen something, mate. She had to have seen something because none of this adds up. And there has been facial, facial, what do you call it?
Recognition.
Recognition specialists or whatever that have come out and said that that isn't the same woman. But the thing is, they could go out and find an actress that looks as
Based on
similar as possible. I
based on
genuinely,
what sample they're using, like photos from our Instagram and the video, or this video and the video original one,
this
or
video that we're looking at
right,
and the video of her on the plane and the video of
yeah,
TMZ.
right,
That
okay,
to me, mate, the image, and I know the audio listeners can't see this, but you can go to tiffanygomez.com. It's tiffanygomaz.com. That is not the same woman. That does not look like the same woman to me. Can we can you get up? I just don't think it's the same woman. I don't think it's the same woman. I mean, it could be, but I just don't think it is. I don't think it is. And then, but the Instagram is fucked, mate. The Instagram, you cannot tell me that the image of our Aloha Never Dies shirt that she's got on there,
yeah.
that is her. You cannot tell me that is her.
No, I don't personally. This one in the middle, I think looks like her, but this one here, this one here, this one here, I don't think they look like her, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's some strange. It's all a bit strange what's going on here. Like if you scroll down, I know the audio listeners can't see this, but just like take our word for it, or go over to the Instagram. Just type. All you got to do is type in Tiffany Gomez, like woman on the plane, and her Instagram will come up, right? So stop there. Her on the beach there, holding the can. Who the
This
fuck is that? That's a different woman.
That does look like a different woman. It does genuinely look like a different person.
Like I am open to the fact I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. Of course I can. But I just don't think I am. I just don't think I am. If you go to, if I sent you the Newsweek article,
Yeah,
you head
that's the
over
one
to the
with the
Newsweek article.
original, the original image in it.
Yeah, right. Now, we will read this, but if you scroll down a little bit, they've got a tweet on there. There you go. No way that's the same person. I think they're similar. And I know you could argue the makeup's done different, blah, blah, blah. I don't think that's the same woman, mate. And the fact that there was all the radio silence, the fact that it's all, gone really quiet, there has been no interview, big interview. The fact the Instagram doesn't add up, the fact there's just a website. That's like if I was in a viral video for an outburst or something on a plane and I started jordanhopes.com to just have a singular video being like, yeah, it was really stupid of me to do that. I'm really sorry. Who the fuck does that?
Yeah, that is weird. Like,
No one does that.
however which way you cut it, having a website dedicated to just the one video which you've uploaded to YouTube, just literally that and nothing else is weird.
So weird, mate. So strange. Let me just read what they're saying here. So, a theory circulating online holds that marketing executive Tiffany Gomez, the woman who admitted being behind the viral "not real" plane video, is not the same person who was recently filmed ranting aboard an American Airlines flight. In the initial July 2nd viral footage, a woman was shown striding down the aircraft. We know this. We've seen this. You've probably seen it on my channel and stuff, or we've literally just read it anyway. So, although Gomez recently posted an apology video for her behavior, stating that she took full accountability for her actions and called them unacceptable, some believe pictures and videos of her do not look like those of the person in the original viral video. A tweet by the account Last Real Humans posted on August the 13th included two photos of Tiffany Gomez, one from the apology and one from the viral plane, which we've just looked at, and says, no way, this is the same person. In her apology video, Gomez did not focus on the viral video itself and did not reveal the meaning behind the phrase, that motherfucker back there is not real. Why wouldn't you? Unless like American Airlines, but it just doesn't add up, man. I have been unwilling to speak on the viral video, but I do finally feel that it is time, she said. First and foremost, I want to take full accountability for my actions. They were completely unacceptable. Distressed or not, I should have been in control of my emotions, and that was not the case. My use of profanity was completely unnecessary, and I want to apologize to everyone on that plane, especially those that had children aboard. The unusual nature of the video and the lack of explanation by Gomez since seems to have spurred some to look deeper into its meaning and content. The claim, however, that Gomez is not the person in the video is not evidenced. Apart from the fact that Gomez has come forward about the incident, she was also captured on film by Dallas Fort Worth Police Department, as per reported by the New York Post. Newsweek has also seen police incident documents produced by Dallas Fort Worth International Airport Police that confirm Gomez's identity. Some social media posts sympathizing with the idea that Gomez is not the person in the plane video were based on clips from a conspiratorial TikTok channel. Newsweek views a series of videos from that channel about Gomez, one of which has been viewed 447,000 times. None of their video provided verifiable or even credible evidence to prove Gomez was not the person in the viral clip. So police documents seen by Newsweek authorities said the incident began when Gomez was arguing with a family, accusing them of stealing her AirPods. The female then started claiming the aircraft was not safe and did not want the aircraft to leave due to her believing it would not make it to its destination. Like, what? That doesn't add up either. They stole my AirPods. This plane is going to crash. Where the fuck is that leap?
Yeah, it's we don't know how because obviously we see the end product. What we've seen is the end product of whatever the fuck has previously happened to get her to that point.
Yeah.
But it is a big jump to go from, "Hey, you kind of stole my AirPods," to, "This plane is absolutely cursed. There's no way it will ever make the destination."
Yeah.
Bit of a jump.
Such a jump, mate. Such a jump. So what's this? The police were able to eventually track Gomez down to the terminal curbside where she was waiting for a taxi. So she just done a runner. Jeez. She was given a criminal trespass notice but refused to sign it and also declined to show her ID, according to the documents. Mate, Excuse me while I take a drink. It's getting fishy. This is getting fishy. She was never formally arrested or taken into custody over the incidents.
Mm.
Hang on, have I missed something here? Because it then goes on to say false. Gomez was the person who went viral in the not real plane rant video, both by her own admission and local authority records seen by Newsweek. Newsweek has found no evidence that suggests these documents on or Gomez's account should not be trusted. Fact check by Newsweek fact check team. So basically, they've been paid off by the government.
Yeah, that's it.
No, I don't know. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But it is all a bit sus, mate. It's all very weird. The whole thing is strange from the beginning, from the get go. You know, even just like, oh, yes, reptiles. Like, what? Shape shifting? I think, what was it? So basically, if my memory serves me correctly, right?
Right.
She kicks off. She says some weird stuff. That MF down there is not real. Back there is not real, right?
Yeah.
She comes off the plane. They have to rescreen the plane. So everyone gets off the plane. And apparently, someone that was getting off the plane saw the guy that she was referring to.
Okay.
The guy winks at this person, but the eyes winks the other way. So it winks horizontally rather than
Yeah.
vertically rather than, you know what I mean? The wrong way, like how cats blink, like with their inner eye sheath.
What do you mean? Yeah, they blink that way rather
Yeah,
than that. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So like you clapping your hands together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where it all stemmed from, basically. Putting this whole that MF is not real. And then there was the radio silence. And now it doesn't look like it's the same person. And now essentially there's radio silence again. There's just a couple of images on Instagram, which in my opinion is a different person, you know. So, but could all be wrong.
It's
And it
strange
could all be
because,
legit.
well, there's a lot of reasons why it's strange, but I'm particularly interested in why she didn't want to talk to. Well, she didn't want to say too much to TMZ a few
Yeah.
a day or so after, or not a day or so. It was quite. It's probably like a few days. I can't remember what I said, but anyway, she didn't want to talk to TMZ in too much detail about what happened. Didn't say why.
Nope.
The assumption is that there's some sort of lawsuit or some legal action being taken, but then what are we now? You know what? 4 4 months down the line, 3 months down the line,
Yeah.
and now she's perfectly happy to release a video saying that she was wrong. Blah blah blah. Maybe put a devil's advocate hat on. Maybe she had to say that so the airline wouldn't then sue her, or she wouldn't have to pay out anything. I don't.
Potentially, but let's just go there, right? A reptilian shapeshifter um passenger
Yeah,
has fuck all to do with American Airlines.
yeah,
It doesn't, you know, it doesn't paint them in a bad, you know, oh, they let reptilian shapeshifters on their flights. I'm going with fucking EasyJet. That isn't a thing, you know. The fact that the individual was what scared her, and the fact that that individual was a passenger has nothing to do with American Airlines. Because I get what you're saying, like, you know, just say you're being silly, you know, and then call it a day. But that would be the case if what she had to say would negatively impact American Airlines, but it just doesn't.
yeah. Maybe it's like the how hyper focused optics are in everything. I would say that even if in any way American Airlines was connected with a interdimensional fucking lizard, I would still think that they'd want to distance themselves from being connected to an interdimensional lizard.
Yeah.
The only like it's the same thing with like going a bit off tangent here, but Pepsi don't want to sponsor someone on YouTube because they said a bad word like 5 years ago. It's
Yeah.
like you understand that, but then there are people instead of just banning that person, saying we're never working with them again, it was like right. we're pulling all our advertisements from YouTube, for example. We're not going to advertise on YouTube for a while, and it's
Mm.
that sort of reaction that might have taken place, even at the rumor that there might have been a lizard person or being on the plane. Unlikely, probably, because it is, I think most people think it's absolutely ridiculous, but
Yeah.
the world works in weird ways, especially business wise. Like, if there's any excuse to try and get the upper hand or leverage anywhere, it'll be taken.
Mm.
But it's, I do see what you mean though. Like,
It's bizarre.
it's not direct. Like, she hasn't come out and said this plane is going down because American Airlines is crap. They've got really rubbish materials. All the fucking staff are poorly trained. So in that case, you're like, okay, well, I understand why they'd probably try and sue her for that and try
Yeah.
and get her to apologize and stuff. But just saying that mother
No.
effort isn't real.
Yeah. I totally get them suing her for losses, all of
Yeah,
that.
for the extra
All that
time.
makes perfect fucking sense. Delays down the line for other passengers, get all of that. But for her to not be able to identify what the fuck she was on about, to me, has no correlation whatsoever with damages to any individual involved. Because we
Yeah,
don't even know who this guy was. So it's not like defamation. How can you be defamatory if you don't even know who the person they're talking about is?
yeah.
So it's just it's the whole thing is, do you know what I mean? It's weird. What do you guys think? Let us know, please. Let us know. That's what's going on there. I don't know. To me, it's all very weird. Have I got too much of a conspiracy hat on and I'm just trying to see things that aren't there? Maybe. But let's have a look into the conspiracy that is at the foundation of this woman's whole virality, in my opinion, because obviously the whole thing was holy shit, she saw a shape shifting reptilian. So let's just have a little browse at the reptilian conspiracy theory, which I do want to say I don't believe in, right? But then you're like, but why are you getting so passionate about this woman then? It's just I don't necessarily think that she saw a reptile, or I don't know what she saw, but I feel like whatever she saw is being covered up. That's my opinion. Because it's just fucking weird. It's all strange. Take the website down. If the government are involved, right, take a little fucking tip from me. Take the website down because it's sus as fuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, reptilians, also called reptoids,
Nice.
archons, reptiloids, saurians, draconians, or lizard people, right?
The lesser of the names, I feel.
Are supposed reptilian humanoids which play a prominent role in fantasy, science fiction, ufology, and conspiracy theories. The idea of reptilians was popularized by David Icke, a conspiracy theorist who claims shape-shifting reptilian aliens control Earth by taking on human form and gaining political power to manipulate human societies. Icke has stated on multiple occasions that many world leaders are or are possessed by so-called reptilians,
That's it.
right? So, origins. Michael Barkan, professor of political science at Syracuse University, posits that the idea of a reptilian conspiracy originated in the fiction of Conan the Barbarian. Creator Robert E. Howard in his story The Shadow Kingdom, published in Weird Tales in 1929. This story drew on theosophical ideas of the lost worlds of Atlantis and Lemuria, particularly Helena Blavatsky's The Secret Doctrine, written in 1888. I didn't realize all this stuff was written so long ago. With its reference to dragon men who once had a mighty civilization on a Lemurian continent. However, Howard's serpent men were described as humanoids, human bodies, snake heads, who were able to imitate humans at will and who lived in underground passages and used their shape changing and mind control abilities to infiltrate humanity. So this could have originated in fiction.
Yeah. Yeah, it does seem like that's a possibility.
Yeah. So in the 1940s, American occultist Maurice DeReal also known as Claude Doggins, right,
That's a sick
wrote a
name.
pamphlet entitled Mysteries of the Gobi that described a serpent race with bodies like man but heads like a great snake, and an ability to take human form. These creatures also appeared in D.R.I.P.'s poem, The Emerald Tablets, in which he referred to emerald tablets written by Thoth, an Atlantean priest king. Barkan asserts that, in all likelihood, D.R.I.P.'s ideas came from the Shadow Kingdom, and that in turn, the Emerald Tablets formed the basis of David Icke's book, Children of the Matrix. Historian Edward Guimont has argued that the reptilian conspiracy theory, particularly as expounded by Icke, drew from earlier pseudo historical legends developed during the colonization of Africa, particularly surrounding Great Zimbabwe and the Mukele Mbebe. So there we go. Linking into the episode that we did on Tuesday, alien abduction. Alien abduction narratives sometimes allege contact with reptilian creatures, as we know. We all know about the seaman crocodile aliens.
That's it.
We see you. We
We
see
don't
you
want.
for
We
what
don't
you
want.
are.
We
No, you
don't want.
don't. One of the earliest reports was that of Ashland, Nebraska, police officer Herbert Shermer, who under hypnosis recalled being taken aboard a UFO in 1967 by humanoid beings with a slightly reptilian appearance, who wore a winged serpent emblem on the left side of their chests. Skeptics consider his claim to be a hoax. Savage.
That is pretty
It's
savage.
like, the winged serpents took me. It's a hoax. Shut up.
We think you're talking a load of rubbish, mate.
That's it. So obviously it's quite prominent in politics. Should we dig into that for a second? So on September 12th, 2003, during the provincial election campaign in Ontario, Canada, the Ernie Eves campaign issued a news release that called opponent Dalton McGuinty an evil reptilian kitten eater from another planet. I mean,
that's it.
do you know what? If this was just on reptilian races rather than that lady on the plane, I would 100% call this podcast episode Evil Reptilian Kitten Eater from Another Planet.
There you go.
Phenomenal.
That's a sick name.
That is. That's a pretty cool like band name. Hi, we're Evil Reptilian Kitten Eater from Another Planet, and we're here to blow your mind. The words appeared at the end of the news release. Eves said the epithet was meant as a joke and acknowledged that the words were over the top, but refused to apologize. In the closely fought 2008 US Senate election in Minnesota between comedian and commentator Al Franken and incumbent Senator Norm Coleman, one of the ballots challenged by Coleman included a vote for Franken, which lizard people written in the space provided for write-in candidates. Lucas Davenport, who later claimed to have written the gag ballot, said, "I don't know if you've heard the conspiracy theory about the lizard men. A friend of mine, we didn't like the candidates, so we were at first going to write in revolution because we thought that was good and to the point. And then we thought the lizard people would be even funnier." There we go. In 2011, February, on the Opie and Anthony radio show, the comedian Louis C.K. jokingly asked former U.S. Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld a number of times if he and Dick Cheney were lizard people who enjoyed the taste of human flesh. Amused by Rumsfeld's refusal to directly answer the question, C.K. suggested it as a possible admission of guilt. Why? I know politicians don't answer fucking questions directly, but why wouldn't you just say no to that? That is hilarious.
If there's a cut and dry case of, you can answer this question straight if you want.
But he didn't.
That's the one. But
So
they didn't.
maybe they are lizards.
That's it. But it is one of the qualities of a lizard. You can't tell lies.
There you go.
That's
it. He went on to further muse that perhaps those who are lizard people cannot lie about it. When asked if they are lizards, they either have to avoid answering the question or say yes. On March the 4th, we've got two more. On March the 4th, 2013, a video depicting a security agent with unusual features guarding a speech by US President Barack Obama was spotlighted in a Wired report about shape-shifting reptilian humanoids. This led to a tongue-in-cheek response from Chief National Security Council spokeswoman Caitlin Hayden, who said any alleged program to guard the president with aliens or robots would likely have to be scaled back or eliminated in the sequester. Excuse me. In October of 2022, Dutch MP Thierry Baudet, head of the far right Forum for Democracy, said in an interview with the Geopolitical Politics and Empire podcast that he believes that the world is being governed by evil reptiles.
There you go. Well, if there's a Dutch guy that thinks it's got to be true.
It may well be true. It may well be true. But yeah, so overall, Loz, let's go back to Tiffany Gomez for a second. What are your thoughts about the whole thing?
There's definitely some weird stuff going on. The Instagram is bothering me more than it probably should do.
Yeah.
Um, the fact that I do think there are a couple of photographs on there that look like her from the original video. I would point out
From the
though,
original video on the plane.
on the plane,
Right, okay.
I do think so. But there are also on the same Instagram account, even like the picture before, that don't look like her, that
Yeah.
just don't look like her. And maybe it's the framing, it's the lighting, I don't know, makeup, all this sort of shit, clothes, like you were saying before. But I would say that the Instagram account and the dedicated website to just that video of her is weird. I don't understand why that's a thing. I don't, even if you've got someone who you're advising legally, it's like, why would you get them to do that?
Yeah.
Why would they even do that off their own back? If it just feels weird.
Hmm.
Um, the only other thing I will say about it is that during the original video of her on the plane, we only see her during basically her having a mental breakdown. It is a
Yeah.
full on, pretty much just tears are streaming. She's seen something that's disturbed her, or she's heard something that's disturbed her. It's just, I don't know what's going on in the mind there. So the only explanation that I can have that as to the photos that don't add up to her in the video and her Instagram account, and these are only the ones that I think look like her, um, is that she's in a completely different mental state
Mm.
in the
Okay.
photograph she is in the video. But even having said that, like I said, going back to the Instagram account, there are photos on there that don't look like the same person, and that's just from image to image. We're not like talking 2 years apart. We're
Yeah.
talking like maybe a few days. So, there is a weird part of it. There's definitely a couple of weird parts of it. But do I think that she is a lizard or seen a lizard rather person? I don't believe she has, but there is definitely some weird indicators there.
Something's not right, is there?
Yeah.
Something stinks. And I think that might be the issue. And the thing is, it could just be all by accident that, that it's just not quite right. And that's like kind of leading us down an incorrect route. I don't know. But it's just, I'd love to know everyone else's thoughts because it's just weird. It's just weird to me. It's just something not quite right, not quite sitting right, you know? I don't know. I don't know. But like the whole reptile thing, I don't know. But I'm trying. I'm sort of like in my own kind of, I'm in my own like kind of loop because I think there's something weird going on. I don't think that lizard people exist.
Okay.
So, what could she have seen that would lead to a government cover up? An alien, perhaps? So maybe they are
Mm.
amongst us and she saw an alien. I just
I
don't
take
know. I just don't
take
know.
it there's not a lot of information on who she was actually talking about.
No, like there was like, oh, there's a guy in a hoodie. And then it turned out like the video that was released of the guy in the hoodie was like a TikTok from like 2021. So it wasn't even like,
Right. So we don't even know what he looks like really,
no,
'cause right, yeah,
no.
okay.
So yeah,
Or what they look like, because it might not be a fucking human.
that's it.
Uh, yeah, that's also weird as well. that there's nothing really that's come out apart from a video that's now been debunked or
You'd
image
think
debunked.
there would be an interview with the other person.
Well, if TMZ are there literally days after it's happened, on wanting to speak to her, surely they've scoured through the entire manifest of fucking
Because all
passengers.
you'd have to find is who she was sat next to.
Yeah,
It
I
doesn't
don't know.
make sense. It doesn't make sense.
No.
Does not add up. Something is missing. Why won't she tell us what she saw? That's so stupid.
Coming at it from a different angle, though, maybe that's why she doesn't want to say what she saw, because the person has taken it bad. Well, not badly, because they didn't get up and try and fucking assault her or anything like that, or clap back at her. But maybe her insinuation that he isn't a real person or they aren't a real person. Maybe there's a lawsuit there. I don't know, but it feeds back into what we were saying before. Like, why would you advise your client to make a video and just put a fucking website on the internet and just have that video explaining very little about
Yeah.
the scenario? It doesn't all add up.
There's something missing here, man. I don't know what it is.
But I'm massively surprised they haven't found who she was sat next to, or they haven't published anything about the person she was sat next to.
But then the other, the extreme of that theory that it's not her. Where is she then? If the video response is not her, where is she?
Yeah,
What have they done with her? I
that's
guess the thing is, I'll tell you where I struggle. I'm struggling a lot because I do think there's something wrong. I think there's something weird. So I pull that thread, but the destination of that is that I have to believe that reptilian people exist
that's it.
and are in the highest echelons of governments and are pulling all this. So I have to go down that, and that's a path I don't think I can go. I just don't think I can walk down there.
I don't want it.
I
Don't need
sort of
it.
get to the door and I'm like, "Don't do it, man, because you're not coming back." You know, it's tricky. It's tricky.
It is.
Oh man, what a conundrum.
I mean, to
Keep
also very quick
Yeah.
audio from her original video and the audio of her in this video that she's posted on the website. I haven't listened to them both in conjunction. Like, there might be a possibility that it's being deep faked by someone. Maybe
Yeah.
if their voices don't match, absolutely, or if there's
Thing is,
someone
I don't think
see
their faces match, man. I know you do. I just don't.
it.
I just don't. Could I have been influenced? I've read articles where facial people, experts have said that it's not, possibly, but
Mm,
man, yeah, I don't know. Let us know what you think down below and all that good stuff. Ah, support the show. Join the Patreon if you want for just £1 or $1 a month. You can pledge as much as you like, but all you need is £1 or $1, and you get all early access and the bonus content, bonus pod, etc., etc. Lozzie, thanks for joining me, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for listening, for watching. We're on all the platforms, every conceivable podcast platform we're on. Okay, so check us out there. And I've got to admit, I've been listening to these. I've been listening. I initially started listening back to them just to be like, make sure the audio's all right. But they're really fucking entertaining. I hate to like blow away, but I find them great to listen to. So what I'm saying is, if you're watching them, give them a listen as well because it's super fun, super fun. Right, we're out of here. We might get a knock on the door from the Men in Black for this one. Just know, I'd never kill myself. It's the message conspiracy theorists have got to put out there because that's how we wind up.
that's it.
Wind up brown bread in a river.
Brad fucking bread.
That's it. But yeah, thank you so much for listening, guys, for watching. I appreciate it. Hit that like button. Leave us a little review if you can on Spotify and stuff. I think we so far have 16 5-star reviews. Let's go. Very nice. Right, we're out of here. See you guys.
See you later.